do for a living?
Well, I'm a certified financial planner and a wealth management advisor, but really what I do the most is kind of help my clients figure out what is important to them, what their values are, and then help them achieve the goals and the things that really matter to them.
How long have you been doing that?
I'm in my 14th year.
Why have you stuck around for 14 years?
I absolutely love what I do. I used to be a pastor. I was a pastor for 5 years, and I do more to help people now than I ever did when I was a pastor. So if you're really good at what you do, it opens up the doors to have some really meaningful conversations. And so I love the opportunity to have an impact with my clients. I've officiated 10 weddings and 33 funerals, so I get to be a part of all of their lives.
Oh, in Milwaukee.
Wow, I gotta pause there for a minute. That's incredible. If you could go back in time and give some advice to your younger self to help accelerate your success, what would you say?
You know, the old adage used to be dress for success, like dress for the job you want, not the job that you have. I think now with an ever-changing world, it's get an education for the type of practice you want, not the practice that you have. And so the faster you can get in there, whether it's doing joint work, going to different committees, getting designations. I'm at Northwestern Mutual, and they do a fabulous job of educating the field force. So I've gotten 9 professional designations, including a master's in financial planning. And it's taken me from a salesman to a financial professional where people pay me for the advice that we get to give them because we add so much value.
And you're part of Finseca. What role has that played in your career development?
I think it's so neat to see things that are outside the box, to see things that are not just based on what your company does, to be able to hear the different perspectives of people, to understand. I saw his apartment and all that. Then he took me over to the Capitol and all through, got to see private stuff, went to the Capitol Club. He introduced it. I was like, man, I grew up with a single mom. My dad left, and my mom went back to school. In high school, I was on welfare. A nice thing for my birthday was getting food stamps to go get a box of sugar cereal.
Whoa,
so I went
Lars.
from that to I got to walk around and senators and congressmen thanking me for the perspective and teaching me. And there's a proverb that says, if you see somebody skilled at what they do, they'll serve before kings. And so I think the better we are at what we do, the greater the opportunity we have to make an impact on other people.
Lars, if you could go back in time to give your younger self some advice as to how to accelerate your career, what would it be?
I think part of it is to accentuate what you're good at, to know yourself well enough to understand what you're good at. For a long time, I wanted to be more talented or whatever it may be, because I've got a lot of people in my life that are way more talented than I am. I'm a hard worker and I'm disciplined. And I didn't realize till my 40s, till I got older, that hard work and discipline are the things that really matter the most. What's going to accomplish the most, especially in this business. There's tons of talented people that come in and aren't willing to put in the grind and put in the work. So I think early on I would have told myself, hey, you know what? You've got what it takes, and your willingness to work hard and grind, really buy into that, pour into that, so that you'll thrive whenever you're doing who you're made to be. And so as I started doing that, I saw my business continue to grow and grow and grow. So early on, I wish I would have just started that early on.
Speaking of growth, you're a member of Finseca. What role has that played in your career?
Yeah, I think it's been fantastic to just meet other people, to get different perspectives, to hear how people are doing things. I went to the Forum 400. I was honored to get to participate in the Forum 400 and to hear the different ways of doing things. I think Northwestern is a wonderful company, and I love being there, and I drink the Kool-Aid, but I love hearing things outside the Northwestern box. And so I think it's just a continual growth opportunity to be able to see the different ways that people are helping and serve their clients that are outside of what I know.
If your colleagues or your peers are sitting on the sidelines and haven't joined Finseca, what's your pitch to get them to become members?
That's a great question. I think part of what we have looked at is you're going to be as good as the people that you surround yourself with. And so as I look around at all the different people that are amazing here, that really have a heart to care and to give back, they're here taking their time to go out and make a difference in people's lives that they will never ever meet, because the lobbying that they do here is going to have a huge impact on millions of people for future generations that they don't even know about, yet they're willing to be here. And so I want to surround myself with good people like that. They say that you're the sum of the books that you read and the people you surround yourself with. So for my Northwestern colleagues, if you want to be a part of really good people, continue to plug in with Northwestern, but surround yourself with great people like the folks here at Finseca.
As it relates to your time on Capitol Hill, you've been here a couple days now, you've had a chance to visit with members of Congress. Why is it important to elevate our voice with policymakers?
Yeah, I think they talk about how you can only have like 7 things that you know about at any one time, and like everything else after those 7, it just goes away. So the members of the House and Senate that are here are bombarded with information after information after information. So whenever we come, we bring things to the front of their mind. We're also experts in our industry. They get to teach them and show them what is the impact of the things that may look good on paper, but it has a negative impact on their constituents who they really are here to serve and take care of. So we're here to be the voice of their people to show them the different side, the impact of the decisions that they make.